Their story is one of conviction, resilience, and unwavering faith, a tale deeply rooted in biblical interpretation and an enduring mission to spread their beliefs. Our story begins in the bustling era of 19th century America, a time of religious revival and fervent expectation of Christ's return. Among the spiritual seekers of the time was a young man named Charles Taze Russell. Born in 1852 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Russell was raised in a devout Presbyterian household but found himself disillusioned by mainstream Christian doctrines, particularly the concepts of hellfire and eternal damnation. In the 1870s, Russell encountered a group of Adventist Christians led by Jonas Wendell. This group had recently experienced the great disappointment of 1844, when Jesus' anticipated second coming did not occur. Despite their setback, they maintained a focus on biblical prophecy. Inspired by their studies, Russell began an in-depth examination of the Bible, relying on what he considered a literal and unbiased interpretation of Scripture. In 1879, Russell took his first significant step toward leadership. He began publishing a magazine titled Zion's Watchtower and Herald of Christ's Presence, which served as a platform for his teachings. This marked the inception of what would later become the Jehovah's Witnesses organization. Russell's writings emphasized Christ's invisible return in 1874, the establishment of God's kingdom, and the idea that humanity was living in the last days. As his following grew, Russell sought to formalize his movement. In 1881, he founded the Zion's Watchtower Tract Society, which later became the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society of Pennsylvania. The society served as the administrative and publishing arm of the movement, producing books, tracts, and other materials to disseminate their beliefs. Under Russell's leadership, the group came to be known as Bible students. Their beliefs stood in stark contrast to mainstream Christianity, rejecting the Trinity doctrine, immortality of the soul, and eternal torment in hell. Instead, they focused on the establishment of God's kingdom on earth and the restoration of paradise. Russell's charismatic leadership and prolific writings cemented his role as a central figure in the burgeoning movement. His death in 1916 marked the end of an era, but it was only the beginning of significant transformations for the Bible students. After Russell's death, Joseph Franklin Rutherford, a lawyer and close associate of Russell, became the second president of the Watchtower Society. His tenure was marked by sweeping changes and a redefinition of the group's identity. In 1931, Rutherford announced a new name for the organization, Jehovah's Witnesses. This name was derived from Isaiah 43 verse 10, which states, "You are my witnesses, declares Jehovah." This rebranding distinguished them from other Bible student factions and emphasized their mission to bear witness to Jehovah, the name of God as revealed in the Bible. Rutherford also introduced major doctrinal shifts. Under his leadership, the group abandoned the celebration of traditional Christian holidays and birthdays, viewing them as rooted in paganism. He also established door-to-door evangelism as a hallmark of their faith, instructing members to distribute literature and share their message directly with others. Rutherford's era was not without challenges. Jehovah's Witnesses faced widespread opposition due to their refusal to salute the flag, serve in the military, or participate in political activities. Their stance led to arrests, mob violence, and legal battles, particularly during World War II. Despite these obstacles, the movement grew, fueled by Rutherford's fiery rhetoric and the unwavering commitment of its members. When Nathan Homer Knorr succeeded Rutherford as president in 1942, he ushered in a period of rapid organizational growth and international expansion. Knorr focused on education and training, establishing the Watchtower Bible School of Gilead to prepare missionaries for service abroad. Under Knorr's leadership, the Watchtower Society produced the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures, a Bible translation that reflected their doctrinal interpretations. This translation became a cornerstone of their faith, emphasizing the use of God's name, Jehovah, throughout the text. The post-war period saw remarkable growth for Jehovah's Witnesses. By the 1950s and 60s, their door-to-door ministry and public preaching efforts had reached every corner of the globe. Their distinctive practices, such as refusing blood transfusions and maintaining strict neutrality in political matters, continued to set them apart from mainstream society. Jehovah's Witnesses have faced intense persecution throughout their history. During World War II, they were targeted by Nazi Germany, with thousands imprisoned and sent to concentration camps for refusing to support the regime. In the United States and other countries, they faced legal challenges over their refusal to participate in civic rituals or military service. Despite these hardships, Jehovah's Witnesses have consistently defended their rights through the courts. In the United States alone, they have been involved in numerous landmark Supreme Court cases that have shaped First Amendment law, particularly in areas related to freedom of speech and religion. Today, Jehovah's Witnesses are a global organization with over 8.5 million active members and millions more who attend their meetings. Their faith is characterized by several key practices. 1. Evangelism. Members dedicate significant time to preaching and teaching, often engaging in door-to-door ministry. 2. Congregational life. Weekly meetings at Kingdom Halls focus on Bible study, prayer, and fellowship. 3. Neutrality. They remain politically neutral, refraining from voting, military service, or saluting national symbols. 4. Moral standards. Jehovah's Witnesses adhere to strict moral guidelines, including abstaining from smoking, premarital sex, and celebrating holidays they view as unbiblical. The organization is governed by the governing body, a group of men based at the Watchtower Society's headquarters in Warwick, New York. They provide spiritual guidance and oversee the production of literature, including the Watchtower and Awake magazines. Like many religious movements, Jehovah's Witnesses have faced criticism and controversy. Former members and critics have raised concerns about their handling of issues such as disfellowshipping, excommunication, and child abuse allegations. The group's refusal to accept blood transfusions, based on their interpretation of biblical passages, has also sparked ethical debates, particularly in medical emergencies. Despite these controversies, Jehovah's Witnesses remain resolute in their beliefs, viewing opposition as a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. The history of Jehovah's Witnesses is a testament to the power of faith and determination. From humble beginnings in 19th-century America to a worldwide movement, they have remained steadfast in their mission to proclaim the name of Jehovah and his kingdom. Their story is one of perseverance, navigating the challenges of societal rejection and legal opposition while staying true to their convictions.